Okay, Kirk, you started with us? Yeah, we're going in 45 seconds.
Goes in there.
The following is a special presentation of Plus Country 104.5.
Jackson has time, looks at the end zone, has a man, and it's wow! Touchdown! It's a diving catch for Jones.
We got new open coming this week.
He's going downfield. He has a
Our
man.
current players. But I'll leave the fat guy in. That stays.
There it was.
That stays.
Jones is in the 50. He's got room. Wow,
Good, right?
15, 5.
I can't.
Coast to coast.
No, you did do on yours.
The snap. Play was down. The kick is blocked. It's blocked. It's out of play. And it took 22 years of aging, but the Beef are now graded champions.
Omaha Beef Professional Indoor Football is brought to you on the Cougar Sports Network by Spencer State Farm, All American Insurance, The Amazing Pizza Machine, Anybody Subject, Douglas Construction, Brown Golf, Bright Eyes, Bright Lines, Parks Exteriors, Complete Fitness, Crown Coffee Management, Yes, Insider Construction, DG3 Construction, El Caribbean, Eternal Tattoo, Evans Customer Apparel, Fazoli's, GBR, Guardian Windows, Home Matters Construction, Horsepower Realty, Hyde Slides, IAMS, Jersey, AT Auto Body, Kelly Engineering, Last Time Exteriors, Lifestyles, Midwest Fourth Walls, Midwest Quality Insulation, Midwest Tile Company, Mike Jansen Custom Belts, the Nebraska Parking Association, ACB Plumbing, OK Omaha Real Estate, Quality Fence, R Mechanical, See the Trader, Southwell Roofing, Keys Auto and Truck Sales, TO5 Hollywood, The Bowl, The Garage Company, Pit Barbecue Lounge, Titanium, Tracy's Collision Center, Street Electric, Universal Bank and Trust, and Universal Trust. Good evening, everybody, and happy Beefy Monday. And Plus Country 104.5 is the Omaha Beef Coaches Show. We're called the Council Bluffs Beef tonight, since we're on our sister station, Plus Country. Appreciate you joining us. If you're unfamiliar with the locations, we kind of, we come across the border one night, come over, we sneak over. It's West Council Bluffs. We're at 70th Grove. We're in Omaha, I-80. Come over here. Why? Because it's happy hour. There's cheap drinks. There's food. There's good times. We talk football. Everybody likes football. Nebraska, Iowa, doesn't matter. Guy right there is co-hosting because he's the guy sitting there when the show started, and that's all it takes. It's Kirk Heyer. Kirk, hey, it's time to get back to action. So far, so good. 2-0 for the Omaha Beef Professional Indoor team to start the 2023 campaign.
Yeah, actually, Saturday night, I was here.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, I was actually cheering for Topeka.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because we don't like Slime.
Well, I don't have any, preconceived notions. I love everyone. But if you have hate in your blood, that's fine. That's okay.
But They put on a pretty good show. Traffic, so they scored a lot of points. And,
It's nice you to go ahead and just jump ahead to our opponent coming up this week. It's the Topeka Tropics. We're going to set you up for that. And despite what you just said, this is a team that franchise history has never won a regular season game. They're 0-13, but they went to overtime with the defending CIF champions on Saturday night. So, right, any given Saturday, Sunday, indoor night, whatever, you can take this team seriously. You don't know what's going to happen, and you assume Omaha can come off the bye. And maybe sometimes you get your own wake-up call, but maybe you let somebody else get the wake-up call for you. And this is a team that you have to pay attention to a little bit.
yeah, they scored a lot of points. Really, offensively did well. So yeah, now we had a week off to heal up, and everybody's in pretty good shape, so we're ready to go.
We move on to the next game, but because we did not have a coach show last week, we need to go back and celebrate the good times from just over a week ago. You did not go, but went down to Dodge City, Kansas. Very scenic drive all the way across beautiful Kansas, the southwest border. You know, when you're in Dodge City, you know you are actually within an hour of Texas and Oklahoma and New Mexico. Yeah, I didn't even. So I got.
Well, yeah, and I know you should talk
Started
about
seeing license plates popping up from all over. I'm like, where am I?
that last 60 miles.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so good. Two lane highways, semis going the whole way about 30 miles an hour. The last 60 miles is the longest 200 miles of the trip.
Yeah, well, I used to make jokes about that city, and Matt Dillon and Festus and this city, the Long Branch.
I remember it used to be the shootouts down there back in the day with your sarsaparilla. Man, good times for Kurt Dyer. We come back, we're going to go back. Omaha was victorious. They went down to Southwest Kansas, took on Dodge City, well, Southwest Kansas. They're now the Storm. This is a team that not only do you not know what you're going to get, you don't even know what they're going to be. Right? The Southwest Kansas Storm this time, before they were the Dodge City Law, at one point they were the Oklahoma Flying Aces. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get when you get down there. But usually when those two teams meet, those two franchises meet, we get quality competitive games. This was not one of them. No. But that's okay.
But we got through it.
We got to the next one.
Who said so? Kickoff returns? My goodness.
Don't spoil it. You're a spoiler. Gosh, people don't listen to Kirk Dyer. He spoiled it. Anyways, Omaha was victorious. They went to 2-0 after just a great night down at Dodge City. If you're an Omaha Beef fan, if you're a Southwest Kansas fan, you have a lot of questions going in. But either way, Omaha went down there, got the business, got some work done, and they left convincing victory. We are going to go back. We are going to relive all the happenings from a week ago Saturday night in Dodge City, Kansas. We come back. First, we're going to go take a couple commercials, pay a couple bills, but we invite you to come out and join us. We got players, we got coaches, we got prizes. Look at that. Looks like some jerseys there we give away. I'm sure there'll be some tickets or something like that as well before we get ready to take on the Topeka Tropics. Oh, I turned you off so you can't talk. I thought I was done talking to you.
I thought it was still.
No, you're off. We'll come back. Excuse me. We'll come back. We'll relive the highlights of that. If you get a chance, come down. We are at the Firewater Bar and Grill. Is connected to the Comfort Inn and Suites, West Castle Bluffs, Omaha. 70th and Grover, just off of I-80. Come on down. Join in the fun. We look forward to you Monday night, 6 to 7 o'clock of Beef Game Weeks. This is one of them. Right here on Bluffs Country 104.5. We will be right back. You're listening to the Omaha Beef Professional Indoor Football Coaches Show here across the Boomer Sports Network on our sister station, Bluffs Country 104.5.
Be sure to stop by on Mondays for the live Omaha Beef Coaching Show every week. Nice little beverage along with some great food. That's the Firewater Bar and Grill. They are the official partner of your Omaha Beef.
The Garage Company has been serving the Omaha, Council Bluffs, and Lincoln area successfully for 19 years, building over 250 garages every year. As a homeowner, you will be in very good hands with our knowledgeable sales staff and all the way to the finish of their highly trained installers. See what we have to offer and get a free estimate at theGarageCompany.com.
like that right there.
He's always in style. He's always got the threads.
What do you remodel? Basement, bathroom, kitchen, and homeowners construction, they can do it all. Go see for yourself at hmcomaha.com. Ready to start remodeling today? Call Home Matters Construction at 402-661-0910. Their staff is ready to help you. Home Matters Construction, building better.
UBR Auto Sales and Services, go-to provider for all the car here. In-house service center, and that will take care of all of your car suppliers. You can go to extra miles, put up your car, and drop it off at any services. Provider can take hassle and stress off of your it'll be your car's official provider and partner with something automotive to very long time file with your investment. This is them at UBR all the way at 402-999-8022 and the very next 33 hours. In 2016, IAMS Wealth Management is a service-oriented organization dedicated to supporting independent investment advisors who provide holistic fiduciary services to clients. We operate as a back-office support team for dozens of advisors throughout the country that have experience in financial planning, investments, insurance, and more. Our assistants with our technologists with time and vision on what's most important. Employees, call 888-255-7670 or visit our website at IAMSWealthManagement.com.
Omaha Beef hit the road for game number 2, looking to start the season.
They refilled.
Southwest Kansas storm the Bruin. Dodge City, Omaha, they up for the challenge. First play of the game, things immediately start breaking in the way of the beat. We're going to give back across the line and fly out to the 5 of the Bills. Slant into the 8-yard line, ball off the ground. And the Beef said they have the ball already. Let's see if the guys can super free with them. And they do. Ken Hunter comes to fumble on the opening kickoff. For a business inside the Southwest Kansas State straight game. Third and goal from the 5. Formation. Our formation has receiver on the near board, and he leads to the goal line. Are they going to get to a touchdown for Omaha? Their down completion is pretty solid quarter for the touchdown. Keep that name in the back of your head. What do you call this thing again? Take an 8-0 lead. From an offense drive down to Omaha territory. And fourth down and 10 from 11 yards. Get down to 1 yard line. Lawrence Carr out of Oklahoma State.
He usually lights it up.
Catches all night long every
He
time.
got 2 and that was it.
Took him out.
Yeah, because he'd been with one of the Eden, whatever.
That's a Richard Davis guy.
Omaha. Soon get up. Brown is a linebacker on the roster. Coaches low and over hit. At the 5, up to the 10. The right side, 50 has break into the Southwest Kansas territory. He's going to break it and go all the way.
Yeah, because they didn't have a kicker on the roster, did they? They just said the guy.
Ray Sante Thornton goes 44 yards on the kickoff return. But special teams have been
Well, in some ways, I guess it's better for coverage. You know, because
Yeah, but when you're kicking, or when you just like that, man, go for it. How many times? Whatever.
Yeah.
10 yards. You got to at least be able to punch it down the field and get rid of it sometimes. I don't care if you're going to go for field goals. It's extra points, but at some point you got field position.
yeah.
Not give it up on the tee, right? On the goal line.
Once again, on the reception. second touchdown of the night for Carr.
I thought he was going to go 10.
Bill, Southwest Storm out in front 15-14. If you're here for the Southwest Kansas highlights, well, that was all. Last time Southwest Kansas.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, that's what I'm here.
Well, I mean,
Hey, I appreciate it. You earned it. Win-win is what we call that. Yes.
Once again, the kicker to beat, and for the second time in a row, Gordon returns it all the way for a touchdown. And Omaha
I use one of those instead. We do the morning deal still on. Or that was one.
We're down to 4. Defensive stand.
He had 3 touchdowns in the first, 8 minutes of the game.
That's like me too.
And tackled at the 20-yard line. Of the year, Omaha is a defense.
Did you get that thing treated?
What?
Did you get that thing treated? Did you get that thing treated?
What?
Your issue.
What was treated? What?
No, you did. You did. You're just ignoring it. So you don't have that.
35
Okay, that's fine. You know,
You're freaking me out, dude.
you're freaking me out because I think it's contagious.
One completion, one touchdown for Omaha once again as Tommy Armstrong connects for a 21-yard touchdown pass. Receiving of the touchdown. Converts it to Bill Omaha. Last quarter, 5:30 remaining. And the first half. Back up south of Kansas on the next drive. Storm electing not to carry a kicker. They were going for it on fourth down all night long. And
Oh, they're not? What's going on?
Foreman Victor Purdy go on fourth down.
I think he can give you a few
Right here, 23 yards.
with my signature on it. I think he owns it. I am going.
We should play special ball one day. God damn it, Tom Rocco. That's it, I swear.
First and goal from the floor. Pistol formation, Singleton in the backfield with Armstrong. We get the music off here. Play progress. Armstrong puts the receivers in motion. Right up the middle. Almost Stevens. Body has the goal line with the ball came loose, and the Storm appeared to recover. Turnovers for about 8 yards. 4th down and 60. Hurt against another side. They load up to your side. Receivers 3 on the near side. The far side. Both receivers 10 out of 6. The defense is held, and they're going to get the ball for the offense in the short field once again at the 9-yard line for Omaha. It is 1:60 seconds to play in the first half. Omaha first in goal from the 9. It's first and goal from the 9-yard line. After the 4th down stop. On the back. Armstrong on the keeper, and he's in the end zone. He's a touchdown off the ground. Tommy Armstrong, his longest run of the short season. 9 yards for a touchdown, second rushing touchdown of 2023. Conversion fails 32-15. Omaha holding seconds of the first half. As we go to halftime, Omaha out in front 32-15. Omaha gets stopped on the first drive in the second half. Defense is time to the rescue after Southwest Kansas State will run down. Pistol formation, Solver. Then firing over the snap gets away. It's on the ground, it's in the end zone. Omaha is on it. It's a touchdown for the Beef, who ended up falling on for Omaha. With Chase Sean Washington out of Southern Mississippi, ended up with that ball 9, Southwest Kansas 15, 25 points for Omaha. Next start for
I don't know.
second half of the third quarter for the 21. Only 1
It
yard
is right
line.
in front of the
Not
stand.
having a kicker on the
Well, it's all
roster.
three though. It goes all the way down.
A bad idea for Southwest
That'd be my guess. I don't know.
Leading for quarter 21. Here we go. Out of the timeout.
It's hiding.
Pistol formation. And motion far side. Forward gets a step. Comes downfield. Down the man. Off the finger. Intercepted. Intercepted. Ball back to 10. And 5. And another touchdown for the Omaha defense. For the defense. Omaha. 46 to 15.
To kill them.
Yeah.
Third period. 32 unanswered points now for Four plays would be covered for actually starting to live territory on the next possession. But have to go for it again on fourth down, looking to not go for it and out. Stand 46-15, trying to get the ball back here on fourth down, 4th and 5. Here's the pass on the far side, in and out of the fingertips and out of play. It is incomplete. The defense has held. Defense holds once again. Omaha gets the ball back. They start at the 14-yard line, late third quarter. First down, 2:32 remaining here in the third quarter. Bring it back. They'll split 2 out. In the motion. Hand off to Singleton right up the middle. He has a big hole, 25 in the Southwest Kansas territory. Spins around and brought down at the 13-yard line of Southwest Kansas. 24-yard line to carry for Singleton. He was 37 on the ground for the night. His first angle out. Singleton stays in, lines up with the pistol with Tommy Armstrong. Trying to make quick work on the offensive possession once again. 2 wide out to the far side, 1 on the near. High motion, takes the hand off Singleton. Wide open, wide receiver, complete into the end zone. It is a touchdown for Omaha. And there's Thomas on the touchdown reception. That one gets a 2 plays for Omaha on that scoring drive. At 36 yards, and first attempt with fail. Omaha 52, Southwest Kansas 13. That is 30 unanswered points for the final seconds of quarter number 3. On quarter number 4, Southwest Kansas trailing finally looking for anything, a good play to get the full quarter started. Here's first down, Southwest Kansas they open the deep ball. They have a matchup, and it's picked off, intercepted by the defense. Another turnover, as that one is intercepted by Aaron Jackson out of Texas A&M Kingston. His first interception of 2023. That's 3 interceptions thrown. Out Southwest Kansas trying to go after the interception. End zone, for quarter. Omaha trying to run off the clock. 52-15 lead. Here's the handoff. Singleton, no. Armstrong keeps it. He skippers around. Look at that running. His longest run of the year is into Southwest Storm territory. Gets for 20 yards. And then first down. Quarterback. First down and 2 at the 6-yard line. And they go. Mike Taylor goes to get back on the line of scrimmage. One for a little tempo. Fourth down and 2. Back for Armstrong. 2 wide out on the side. For the jet sweep. They make it. Armstrong gives it. He's going to dance to the end zone. Touchdown. Tommy Armstrong is 7 out of 9 on the ground.
Yeah, I get
you. First attempt fails. Omaha 58. Storm 15. That is now 44 unanswered points for the Beef going back to the end of the quarter. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Anything on offense.
I'm glad you're here. You bet.
In the second half. That field quarter score. They're wide out the nation. Motion forward, drop back, and high pass, brought down. Nice catch by Davis. And then it's free. And Omaha has it on a turnover. Oh boy, Davis made an excellent catch. And then the ball was ripped out and stolen by the Omaha defense
Ponce de Leon with the strip and double recovery.
Used to hang with Ponce.
What's that?
Used to hang with Ponce de Leon, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it's Fountain of Youth.
Obviously.
We hung there together.
I drove by your house yesterday.
Okay.
Your van was there. You were there when we went.
Yeah.
I'm sure I remember. I was out doing my deal. Thought I'd throw that out.
I was out cleaning stuff up. Got all the rocks
You were
that
outside
were
watching?
full of leaves and stuff.
Is it going to warm up ever again?
No, tomorrow isn't supposed to be so much.
Oh, but there's a flag in the back. There's a different application.
We'll talk about it when we're done. Because we got to fill time. That's why. It's the name of the game.
So yeah, we had 2 players of the week in the league players of the week, right?
We did. Did we?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Doran got it on returns.
Yeah.
What else did we get?
Hey,
Ricky, do we have 2 players in the week?
Yes, yeah.
Doran got it.
Get like a couple sacks, touchdowns, forced fumble, defensive touchdown.
How'd you do it before all the games were done? Oh, that was last week. I got it.
This week, yeah.
Armstrong keeps it for himself. He finds the end zone. It is a touchdown for Tommy Armstrong in the beat. Armstrong's 3rd touchdown on the ground of the night, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And Omaha is laying it on. Southwest Kansas 64-15 to lead off the top of the 5. The most exciting play in indoor football. We've been waiting just for 4-point conversion.
Listen to this.
4-point conversion from the center. Armstrong has a man in corner. It is complete. And that's 4 more on the board for Omaha. They complete their first 4-point conversion in franchise history. I will sign this guy.
That's awesome.
3rd touchdown of the night on the ground. How about this? 12 touchdowns in 2 games, 8 through the air, 4 on the ground for Armstrong. Thankfully, run out of this game. Omaha is
Got bored.
Remember, they drove 15 or 14. 54 unanswered points for Omaha. Old Southwest Kansas out of the second half. Omaha took control and ran away with people and got out of Dodge City for second victory of the season. Just wish Dodge City was full. I mean, that's the only thing that went wrong with that game. Yeah. So, Kurt, a lot of people may not know they're joining us tonight. You know, the casual fans. If not really fans, but you're a former Pittsburgh Steeler. I mean, you played back in the day. You've been playing. I mean, that's the 70s, right? Yeah. Let me do my math. Like, we're talking 50 years ago. I mean, long time of football going on here. Tell me, how many 4-point conversions have you seen in your life?
I haven't seen any.
Right?
I heard about one.
Right?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is historic stuff right here. Iron curtain, steel curtain, 4-point conversion?
No.
Never. Bradshaw?
No. Joe L.C. Wood.
No. No 4-point conversion. You know, they're like, I got all those Super Bowl rings. No 4-point conversions. Omaha firing on all cylinders. That's a game that, you know, it's kind of, you don't get a lot of room, right? You know, you go, but you have to. I don't know the best way to say it. It's easy for those games not to go, but there's no rhythm, right? But to take advantage of the situations you have and finish them off, I mean, that's actually more difficult than it looks.
Well, it wasn't scoring too many good goals.
10 touchdowns, only 6 on offense. I say the whole thing.
2 on defense, 2 on special teams, with the Dork kickoff returns. By the way, Dork, special teams player of the week on special teams, as you imagine, CIF. And then Jason Washington, defensive CIF player of the week. You know, so they had 2 out of 3 the POWs again. You know, it's a pretty good 2 weeks.
It is. We got some good people.
It's good insight there, Kirk. We come back. We're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to talk with the head coach of the Omaha Beef. That means you're going to have to leave.
Okay.
Rachel Kaiser will join us. He will talk about this. You know, Kurt, let me ask you before I get ready.
Okay.
Omaha starts 2-0. They look to go to 3-0. When was the last time they opened the season 2-0? This may surprise you. Is also the last time they opened the season 3-0. So we'll just throw it there. You know when it was.
I was probably around, but I don't remember.
That's a great guess. I had that right. 2013.
Okay.
It's been that long. Back in the old CPIFL, that was a team that went 10-2, and then went to the first round playoffs and lost to which? Omaha is winning late. There's a ball, a guy, Superman, something or other. Anyway, long time ago. It's been 11 years. Omaha has a chance to start 3-0. They will do that at Topeka. When we come back, we're going to talk to the head coach of the Omaha Beef, Rachel Kaiser. His insights, we're going to talk a little bit because we've got to focus on next week. We're going to talk a little bit. We can go back a little bit, talk about that. Wind down southwest Kansas, so we'll focus on the Topeka Tropics. When we come back, you'll listen to the Omaha Beef Coaches Show here on Plus. Oh, some cleanup. My bad. 106.5 Plus Country. I may not have said the right frequency previously. You know why? Because it's preset 3 on mine. You don't even, it's the technology that, you don't even look at the frequencies there. It's preset 3. I got Blue on preset 1 and 2, because sometimes I want to listen on AM, sometimes I want FM, I want stereo.
And you use the scan button.
I use the scan button PS3. It should be one of your presets. If it's not, Plus Country 106.5. We will come back, talk to the head coach of Beef. When we come back, you're listening to Omaha Beef Coaches Show here on Plus Country 106.5.
Are you looking for a new or different career path? Do you want a career where you can make a difference? The Nebraska Maintenance Academy may be just what you're looking for. This training program will get you ready for a career in multi-family property maintenance out in the field in just 8 weeks. No need to spend a fortune on tuition with years in classroom. The next session will begin on May 16th, so sign up now online at nmaintenanceacademy.org or call 531-333-4796.
Your home makeover is just one click away. Timeless Beauty is yours with premium stone-coated steel roof, all types of siding, and custom color match gutters from Last Time Exteriors. Getting started is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Choose your system, style, and color, get it professionally installed, and enjoy it with Last Time Exteriors. Find out more at lasttimeexteriors.com or call 402-330-0911. You will not be disappointed.
The Bullhole is a veteran-owned and operated food industry sales and research services. Come join them on Mondays and Thursdays for the last year benefits. You can perfect your firearm skills and build confidence in your ability to protect your weapons. Visit them online at bph.com. Everybody's powered by the Blueforest to be a good health club. Located at 4117 South 100 Street in Omaha. You are a family-owned business that has been serving the people of Omaha for 30+ years. We believe we are changing people's lives and making a positive impact on their health. We have the program, facility, and staff to help you reach your goals. Come in and experience a friendly, motivational, and helpful atmosphere for yourself. We're on the mission to feel offers of your friends. You know you'll feel great. You start your fitness journey. Visit our website for more information at betterbodies-omaha.com. Members Construction offers full service construction Construction. Mortgage construction and Grill is an insured company providing construction services for both residential and commercial properties. Check out all of their business services. Visit their website, thedouglasconstruction.com, or give the great staff a call at 402-885-8505.
We know, so you're looking to rent smart money, but you're looking for smart with who rent. You need to check out Crown Property.
I bought an apartment building last year. Okay. And today, it has coin operated laundry. I got this big old thing of quarters. It's like the best thing ever. $2 a quarters. It's worth it right there. You gotta pay taxes.
Looking for your next property, just look for the Crown.
Young Golf located at 124 Victoria Plaza, University of open its doors in 2019. One season cap to new golfers.
How you doing, bud? Ready to go?
Ready to go.
We grill you, man, after that.
Go ahead, grill.
That performance, man.
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
We'll have fun. We always have fun, right?
Yeah, I didn't even see last week show up there. What happened to it? I didn't see last week show up there.
You did?
I did.
I don't know where is it.
I don't know what happened to
Where do
it.
you find it?
It's only like 12 minutes long.
Right?
So it like got cut off or something.
We're back at the Firewater Bar and Grill. Happy Monday to everybody. Stop on by, send me the Grover. Take good care of us here. It's connected to Comfort Inn and Suites. It's West Coast Plus. We're in Omaha. We're here on Plus Country 106.1. And Coach, by the way, I know you're not a radio guy, but the best way to get fired is to have the wrong frequency for your radio station. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how to work. I'll leave it up.
Apparently, I don't either. I'll tell you what. Coach, off the bye week, hope you had a good week. Good week. I bet you did. Let's talk about last week's Southwest Kansas. I know it's kind of in the back of your mind now, but for the fans here, let's talk a little bit about it. And, you know, it's kind of funny. We talked before the game, we did the pregame coaches show. You said to me, you would like to shut it out. And you said it. I felt it just, but after the first two possessions, you did the rest of that game. And not only that, we talked about that second half. And I'm just doing this. I'm trying to get on your good side, your defensive coach, man. That second half, no first downs. I mean, it was pretty impressive. Right?
That's very impressive. We just got a defensive meetings. I had to give the guys the right calls for that. So that's a credit to the guys. You know, about surviving more and teaching them the product and executing. So we got a good group of guys over there. So they make my job a lot easier.
So in 2 weeks or 2 weeks of preseason game, talk about what you've seen on defense. I mean, that's obviously your specialty being on that side of the ball. Have you seen improvement over there? I mean, you know, you see a score like that, immediately you're thinking offense. But if you actually watch the game, we'll talk about offense. It probably wasn't the best offensive game, but some of it is rhythm and the situation of the game. But defense really, established and, shut down a lot of drives.
Yeah, we just taking it one game at a time. I feel like we haven't had one bad performance. I hope we never run into one.
Right.
I told the defense today my goal is to get a shot off of one of these teams. I'm still pushing for that. I feel like we have it.
You came as close as you can. I think that was tough.
So just, my goal is just to win. So however it's done, it's done. But obviously, we want to win comfortable. And we just want to improve every week so we can just be one of those.
Well, it doesn't sell a lot of popcorn or anything. You're a blowout, I'll tell you that. So the marketing part of it. But talk about a game like this. This is a game that, quite frankly, we talked about through the highlight show. This is a team that's a franchise that's been around in different incarnations over the last 3 or 4 years. And usually when these two teams meet, no matter what the records are, it's a chippy game, it's a hard-fought game, and it's usually a tight game, no matter what the records are. It did not exactly happen this week. We know there's reasons for Southwest Kansas. They definitely know. We know they're doing adjustments on their end there. But talk about, how do you keep a team focused? Because this is a game that, it looked like it was easy, but it's easy not to perform that way when you get a game that doesn't necessarily go.
Yeah, my goal is just to keep these guys locked in and week in and week out. You know, I don't like to underestimate any team. We see what happened with the people that's on. Yeah, great game. So I feel like the people should work.
Absolutely.
So they just had a couple bad things happen to them later in the game, and so I took advantage of that. But you can't take any team lightly in this league. It's still professional football. The guys professional. They get paid to do this, and anybody can win on any given Saturday. So it's just really, if you're hot, you're hot. And, my goal is to keep these guys locked in every week, every game, so they can go out there and do what we do.
Let's break it down a little bit. 10 touchdowns. Okay. 6 of them on offense. Okay, that's good. 2 on defense, I don't like that. And then 2 on special teams. I mean, when you get 2 touchdowns on non-defense or non-offense in any week, that's pretty great. You get 4. I mean, that's a heck of an effort, and obviously makes things a lot easier for offense.
Yeah, absolutely. The offense had great field position all night, and like I said, all these teams start addressing kickers. We don't look at that. So they don't want to address real kickers, and they gonna get us good field position for offense.
You think these guys are going to figure that out? We've talked about that. I've talked to other coaches in the league. I mean, there's 2 different philosophies on it. Obviously, we're kind of seeing as the games are playing out now, not just ours, but I mean, these other ones. We talk about some defense line. I mean, they both had kickers. I think it was really important to see them kickers in that. Do you think the guys are going to change philosophy? Southwest Kansas, by the way, did sign kickers.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people starting to go back to kickers when they see how important it is. Because let's say, for example, we backed up at 4th down.
You can't get the ball up.
You gotta go for it. I think Southwest went for it at the 1-yard line.
Right.
4th and 30. You gotta go for it at that point. So you just pretty much put yourself in that position.
I mean, I get the philosophy of like I kick extra points. I may not go to the field goal if I'm down, but you're right. Field position. I mean, I gotta get somebody at least gets it.
Kickoff,
Change the field, right?
It's a big difference when you got the ball at the -5 like you see it now. So it's a whole different playbook every time. So I'm 100% locked in on kickers. I feel like they're very important in our game. That's just my philosophy. I know every coach is different. I like kickers.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, they're part of the game, right?
They're part of the game. I mean, for field goals, kickoffs, onside kick, you get in that position. So it's just a lot you need kickers for. I feel like kickers are undervalued, and they're very important in this game.
We talked special teams, we talked defense, we talked a little bit about offense. I mean, it wasn't shabby. I think there's some things you probably still want to work on. I've done this long enough, some good coaching staffs and NFL over the years and stuff. There's obviously things there that you want to work on, but they did produce, right? They play with the hand they're dealt, where there's field position, rhythm. They didn't see the field goal on that first half, quite frankly. They weren't out there a whole long time, but they produced when they're out there. I think they scored all the 2 drives the entire game. Talk about what you're seeing from them is the progression for 2 games, at least on offense, because this is not players that have never played together. What you and Coach Tatum expect to see.
Yeah, I'm me personally as the head coach. I want to see the offense.
You want to see them score every ball. I mean, bar real low, right?
Yes. Every time we got the ball on the touchdown. So we got the firepower on the offensive side. I trust Coach Tatum what he's doing over there. So I feel like we can score every drive. And with our defense, that's why we keep separating on these teams, because we got the firepower on our offense, our defense, and we can separate on these teams. That's our goal. But man, it's just fun watching them. We still gotta get better over there. I just feel like sometimes, like I said, we had good field position a lot throughout this past game, and that's a credit. That's a credit to the Gary Shopper for his pitch.
Talk about what he did. Yeah, I mean, that first quarter, and obviously, they don't have a kicker. The coverage was a little bit better. I mean, he turned on. He was running full speed downhill.
I mean, when I was recruiting, he showed some good things on the special teams and kick return game. So I know that was one of his specialties. He showed it. He showed it this last game. It was fun to watch. 2 back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns. And I think it just kind of shifted the whole momentum back to our side.
One more thing, we'll put the speed game away because I know you're way past that right now. You're looking ahead. I get to the end of this game, and I think I'm perceptive, maybe not, correct me if I'm wrong. You have an offensive coordinator who's very aggressive when he gets to the end of that game and get the ball back in about 90 seconds. Talk about what's going on there. He was put points on the board. I can't blame him. That's his job. He quit. He did that. Is that what I thought?
Coach said to me, I'm trying to score first. So I said, all right, go ahead. But we still got to get better on offense. I mean, we're not trying to keep this offense. We're just trying to get better as a whole team. Whether that's offense, defense, or special teams. So if we can take them reps and score on it, we just score on it. That's just what we do. It ain't like we design the plays and try to score on the first play.
You got to run a play, right?
Yeah. We just run the plays. If it works, score touchdowns, it's going to work. That's just, it's got to download on the defensive side to stop it a little bit.
Okay, we'll pack that one away. You're 2-0. Good start, by the way. This problem, I don't know. Beef not started 2-0 or 3-0 since 2013.
Never knew that.
I mean, I didn't either until I looked it up. I knew it had been a little bit of a shaky start, so obviously a good start is something they have to take advantage of in a decade, I guess. I mean, this time flies. We're going down to Topeka on Saturday night. On paper, you're like, this is a team that's 0-13 all time in regular league games. Never won a regular season game, but just took the defending champions to overtime. What happened that game? Did you pinpoint anything, or was it just a matter of the classic, to the little light?
Man, with Topeka, I just feel like I was watching that whole game.
Absolutely, I did too.
It was fun to watch. I just feel like the quarterback threw an interception. I think it was last drive, right before overtime, and it kind of killed it. So I got in the score, and when that overtime, I think they had to give a 2-pointer.
Well, they missed the extra point, and then Salina made the rest.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. I feel like people had that game in their hands the whole game.
They were leading most of the time.
Whole game. Until the last, actually, overtime.
So did they demonstrate to you? I was kind of seeing they got some better athletes than I thought they had in that game. And then part two, it obviously didn't quit in that game.
I will say that watching film Topeka, they're part of this team. They're going to compete. They're going to play to the whistle blows. They have a talented team. I was looking at their offense. Past year, they would score. They would score points. They killed about 40 points a game. They put up 65 this game. So that's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive.
The quarterback is at the top.
Yeah.
In the league leaders for every statistic. Same as the receivers. They got a couple receivers over there that's in the top categories. Receiver categories over there. So they also have the firepower. I know they beat, they got to destroy some stuff because they're not stopping nobody. They're giving them almost like 70 points a game. And I feel like that's where the defense is at. We're going to try to take advantage of that. Hopefully we do.
Was that Salina maybe taking a wake-up call for Omaha? I mean, that's a team obviously you only want to take lightly, but I assume they have your attention now. I mean, obviously coaches do, but hopefully players see that as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm glad that people put on a good performance like that because, like I say, any given Saturday, any team can win the football game. It's the way they can change the whole thing.
That state been team too. I remember going to this league last year, but they had a game that they literally their own clock operator ran the clock out on them. I
ain't even noticed.
So, they come close, and you know how it is when you have a hump to get over. It's bigger and bigger. I think the Firewater Bar is right now as a franchise. But they're going to pick their moment eventually.
I hope they win a couple games this year.
Just not this week, right?
Not 2 games they play us, but Coach Jackson down there, he's a good player of mine. Nothing to respect him. Always wish the best for coaches like that, especially young coaches coming in the game.
Absolutely.
But just not this week.
How's the team's health this week?
We just get back into it. I know defense, we just have leaders. We just have offense, we have leaders out first. And we get back into it. Hit the field a little bit on today.
You had a chance to do a little self-scout this week, obviously. What's the things you watch for?
All right, let's start with the offense. You got to be a better third down team. We're going to talk about that defense. I feel like we're probably at the bottom of third down. We got to be better with there. We're not scoring coming out of halftime. Hopefully, scoring coming out of halftime. We haven't scored yet. So that's killing us if we have the ball coming out of halftime each game. As far as the defense, we got to be better on fourth downs. I know this past game, we had 2 touchdowns on fourth down. I had 2 touchdowns they scored on fourth down. So we got to be a better fourth down team. But, you know, we the whole team up 20 points a game. Overall, people are becoming more solid. For special teams, each got to get better than football. And we went a little different direction in our kicker game. So we'll see if we can, you know, do something. Brandon Stewart did. We wish for the best. We'll see what we can do.
Head coach of the Omaha Beef, Rayshak Kaiser, congratulations. Good start on paper, at least the record. Appreciate the thoughtful insights of the game. Reaction with us and our friends.
Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the nation. You know, we look forward to the next show next summer.
Going down to Topeka, a little shorter drive. We'll catch you on Saturday night. You ever done that Dodge City trip? That's something special.
That wasn't a bad trip.
You've done worse, right?
Yeah, when I was in this part, you know,
Nothing's close.
12, 13 hours.
That's why I was in Seattle. No, nothing's close to Seattle. Every flight's an adventure. So
I'm not looking forward to the every other one is
Coach, good luck this week. Appreciate it. We will see you on Saturday down in Topeka. It's Rayshak Kaiser, head coach of Omaha Beef. The 2-0 Omaha Beef. When we come back, we will wrap things up. We're at the Omaha Beef Coaches Show, live from the Firewater Bar and Grill, attached to Comfort Inn and Suites. We're in 70th and Grover in Omaha, Wisconsin. Yeah, on Bluffs Country 106.5. We'll be right back here on Bluffs Country 106.5.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it. Hey, did you make it? Hey, but I got a giveaway ticket though. Jim, it has moved out. Yeah, by the way, if you want to go run laps, they're practicing at 8:30 over at the Omaha Sports Complex.
I already ran my laps today.
Put 'em in, man.
That's
Put 'em
what
in,
you know.
And by the way, I told our coach he can't fucking trust you for shit.
That's true story. That's true statement.
Fucking story.
I'm pretty, easily.
I like to make my own judgments.
The Aspen Allergy Center has been to the forefront of asthma and allergy research for over 40 years. That's before the doctors are currently enrolling patients for an asthma study.
You want to finish up with me? You want to finish up with me? Last couple minutes?
Sure. If you are 19 to 65 years old and have asthma, contact the research department at the Allergy Center for more information. Find us at asthmaandallergycenter.com.
At All American Insurance, our local independent agency is committed to providing a personalized consultation to ensure that we're protecting most and non-insured clients. We are licensed and experienced professionals partnering with industry insurance companies and offering a broad range of insurance products. Visit AAIOmaha.com to insurance or give us a call at 402-932-1500.
You're looking to rent, right? You need to check out Crowd Property Management professional property management. Not just some landlord building properties as a hobby. They take care of your issues and are fair and honest. AC goes out, they're on. Good deals. Get them up. Orange slide coming out of your sewer. Nobody wants to deal with orange stuff. Find your next property at crowdmanagementomaha.com. We're looking for your next property. Just look for the crowd. Welcome back. Final segment of the Omaha Beef Coaches Show here on Bluffs Country 106.5, where the Comfort Inn is with the Firewater Bar Grill, specifically 70th Grover in Omaha, Wisconsin. Joined by the owner of the Omaha Beef here for the last few minutes, Ricky Burson. Ricky, we were just talking with head coach, we're talking to everybody. You're obviously close to this league and whatnot. It's hard to believe when we look at the stats. Omaha has not started 2-0, let alone 3-0, since 2013. So this is a pretty decent start. Can't complain.
Todd, we cannot complain. I know we have some people here in attendance and everything else.
Well, they can play better over here.
What's that?
They can play better.
Nah, they don't. I think we have incredible fans, but it is a true testament to our coaching staff, our players, with the start that we've gotten off to this season. I know that there are so many people that are impressed about what's going on, but one unknown fact about us, though, Todd, and knowing you probably know this, we have more rookies on our team than any other team in the league. And you look at the start that we've had, and the job the coaching staff has done, getting all those players coming together is something I'm definitely excited about.
You know, you look at some of the skill positions, I know there's some other, roster transactions that are going on and stuff. There are going to be some decisions that have to be made with some guys who are very skillful, to say the least. It's it's a great problem to have, obviously. But I think, coaches showed they're going to figure out a way to keep the guys and use the tools to pass.
Most definitely, but I think that's just a true testament to the job that the coaching staff has done, recruiting the talent that we have on hand. But it's an ever-evolving process. It's not only what's going on today, what's happening next week and 2 weeks from now. And again, I just have a ton of confidence that the coaching staff is really being cognizant of those decisions that they're making. And it's going to set us up for long-term success.
Talk about, having the start that they've had, another road game. Hopefully, you can't, take anything for granted coming into 3-0 when they come back to the Slaughterhouse on April 8th. They take on Gillette, who's getting off to a pretty good start on their own. It's a pretty heck of a game early season here.
Most definitely. But I'd say the big thing for us, even though that is our next home opponent, I just want to focus on Topeka, just take it one game at a time, 1 week at a time. What are the things that we're doing as an organization, as a front office staff that are putting our team in the best position to take advantage of the game this weekend and just kind of see where the chips fall, that we'll worry about next weekend when we get there.
You cannot explain a game like last week where you have Topeka, as we mentioned, 0-13 in regular season play in the franchise history. You have Salina, who is defending champions, did 3 straight Champions Bowls, and this game ends up going to overtime and comes down to a next one.
No, absolutely. Well, and on top of that, Topeka had a chance to win that game, the last play of regulation. All they had to do was make an extra point. Now, all the players know this, and the coaching staff does as well. We have a joint message system that we utilize called BAND. And all the players are messaging during that game. Like, I'm actually in Dodge City watching the game myself versus Southwest Kansas Storm versus the Arlington Longhorns, watching that while the players are messaging of what's going on here, what's going on there. And so I think the engagement of our players is really a true testament to them and how much, they're taking this serious, And you are correct that anything can happen in any given game, but I think Topeka is going to come in with a lot more confidence coming off of that game. They're playing the defending league champions, led the 99% of the way for that game, had a chance to win that game. They came up short. Our guy, they're coming for our guys 100%.
I think it does eliminate slightly, though, that sleeper game, that trap game, though, because, they can play apparently, and maybe it's a one-off, we'll find out, but I don't think you go into that game taking a light now based on the record.
No, I'd agree with you. As I say this, I have Reggie Patrick sitting here to my left. I have CP. I have AJ that's walking around the corner here, and that they're not even paying attention to me. I guess it's the point I'm losing here. Those guys that we have, the team that we have, is not going to allow us to overlook the team. I have a strong amount of confidence in that all the years I've been here, that these players that we have, I'm pointing to one of them right now, he is not going to allow us to overlook our opponent this weekend. I'm looking at another one, and they're pointing back at me. Gentlemen, I am not mistaken. You guys are not going to allow the players on our team to overlook this team this weekend. Are we not?
Final 60 seconds. What do the fans have to look forward to when the team comes back to Slaughterhouse April 8th?
What we have to look forward to, the fans and everything else, again, we're going to put on a heck of a show, but I have told our players this from the get-go. We have the best home field advantage of any team in the league and really in the entire industry. The advantage we get of playing in the Slaughterhouse in front of our fans that know they're the most educated fans in this industry, what's going on, what it means from one drive to the next, one play to the next. And I know that our players, again, I talked about we have more rookies than anybody. Our players recognize that and truly appreciate our fans and their knowledge of that as well.
Omaha on the 2023 season 2-0, looking to move to 3-0 on Saturday night to travel down to Topeka. Then they will be coming back home to the Slaughterhouse Liberty First Credit Union Arena. That will be on April 8th, which looks like a big game right now. Gillette will be coming in either 4-0 or 3-1. We do have one more game with the CIF tonight. It's Rapid City taking on Billings. We'll wrap up this weekend. So if you want some indoor football action, check that out on the CIF network on YouTube. So big game coming up in Topeka. We will be on the air back on the Boomer Sports Network That's 94.5 FM, 1490 AM, and on myboomerradio.com. That game is set for 7 o'clock. We will take to the airwaves at 6:40. We'll see you Saturday night live from beautiful Topeka, Kansas, as Omaha Beef takes on the Topeka Tropics. For Ricky Burns, the head coach, Reed Kaiser. For Nick Burns, back in Network Control, Top Walk North. Good night, everybody.
Now, hold on here. We got the radio on. Okay, now. 1 second here.
Omaha Beef, professional indoor football was brought to you by
Timed right to 7 o'clock and they go back on the
I got you. 1 second. We're going to do a drawing here. We'll do our drawing.
Douglas Construction, John Galt, Bright Eyes.
You got them right there.
Parks Exterior, Defense, Crown Property Management. Yes, Insider Construction, DG Creek Construction.
Anybody not in?
Trill Tattoo, Custom Apparel.
We'll make an announcement here.
PBR, Guardian Windows, Home Matters Construction, Horsepower Realty, Hyde Slides, IAMS, Jerseys, JT Auto Body,
There you go.
Engineering.
Thought you stole that.
Correct. Lifestyle, Midwest Ford Walls, Midwest Quality Insulation, Midwest Title Company, Mike Jansen Custom. Nebraska Buses.